Well, here we are, TGIF, and welcome once again. It's a Friday, and here we are once again as we meet each week right here on the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. Thank you so much for joining us for another Friday. And of course, we always have plans each week, and we bring you all kinds of information, and we have a chat together, and we thank you so much for being along with us. And what could I say? You know, the week goes fast, and we're all here together. And what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? But that's how we work things out. And we thank you for being along with us. We want to thank all of our friends watching us right here on Facebook Live, as we always do, and then on YouTube, of course, getting it all together and making sure everything is okay. So, with that in mind, we want to let you know that coming up during the show, we're going to be here in a whole hour as we are every Friday, and we're always Eastern time. So we're going to be here up until 11 o'clock Eastern, and of course, you're going to be here too. And we hope that you stay with us and enjoy your 15 minutes of coffee hour, you know, because a lot of jobs, what they do, they make sure that, hey, you know, you get 15 minutes and you're back at work. But what you can do with that 15 minutes is stay, you know, stay at work, stay at work. But the thing is that you can stay at your desk and enjoy your 15-minute coffee hour. And then when you get back to work, you can still multitask with the computer and everything and still have that chance to enjoy as well for the whole entire hour. But however amount of time you can spend with us, that would be okay. I understand. I just got word that there's a little trouble on YouTube at the moment. I hope that's going to be straightened out. But in the meantime, all of you guys on Facebook, thank you for being along with us. And ladies and gentlemen, what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So salute, Chantini, 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 Chintani. I got everything backwards today. Okay, we mosey along, and as we do each week, later on in the program, we are going to make sure that we give you our 2020 feature, which was coming up with Brian Camp and DJ Pete. They're going to be here at 20 past the hour. It's going to be Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports and sports update, along with DJ Pete 20 to the hour. And as he brings you all of the entertainment and all of those birthdays, recite all of those marvelous birthdays of people of entertainment and notoriety. That's all coming up. And of course, later on in the program, I will give you some great picks of movies on TCM. I love those classic movies. And I'll give you my picks of the week. That'll be coming on TCM, and you could watch that as well. So we look forward to that. Also, it's you and I, and we can chit chat and talk. And those of you who want to say something, hi, good morning or hi, and even if you don't, you want to just be there spectators, that's okay too. But we will wave to you. I see a lot of people are coming in right now. I would imagine, yeah, they're there right now coming in. And so we would just want to say hello to all of you guys, and happy Friday to each and every one of you. So that's the way it goes. We always want to give that hand clap. That hearty hand clap, you know what that's all about, right? That hearty hand clap, that goes out to all of the nurses, all of the hospital personnel, and all of those great people who have been with us in a pandemic, and that includes all of the people, as they call first responders, like the police officers and the firefighters, and all of those guys. So we want to make sure that they're there, and they are there, and they've been there ever since the pandemic has been going on. So therefore, we give them the salute and say hi and thank you so much for being along with us all of this time. Now, the pandemic is sort of subsiding. Everything is getting better. Every day gets better and better, and the reason why it's getting better and better is because of you, because you are taking control and make sure that you're protecting yourselves and other people who are around you, your loved ones, your friends, your neighbors, everybody else like that, by wearing your mask. Now, those of you who are vaccinated, fully vaccinated, we thank you for that, for doing your duty to help this pandemic move along. And so therefore, the good news for that, if you are fully vaccinated, now they say you can go out without a mask. You can go out without a mask, indoors and outdoors. That's if you're fully vaccinated. And you could also don't have to worry about the 6 feet distance, you know. But a lot of people, they didn't get off that fence just yet, and it's okay. You know, they want to continue to still wear their mask, and they're still doing that. So if you want to do that, that's fine, but it's easier now. I know earlier this week, I stopped into a restaurant, and I noticed that they did the indoor and the outdoor. People indoors weren't wearing masks, so it's okay. So I guess the people are saying, hey, it's okay to do that here. But there are some places that you go, other places, restaurants, bars, they will ask you to wear your mask. So please, you know, carry it. Even if you're fully vaccinated, continue to carry a mask with you in your pocket, or for you ladies, in your purse. So therefore you'll have full access to it anytime you need it, or anytime it's, you know, required in any establishment. So do that. That would be great. And speaking of all of that, don't forget, look up there. All right, Facebook, you know, Facebook, YouTube, they're still having a problem over there. But Facebook, please look up there, and you'll see in our subject area. In our subject area, we have that information for you. You know, well, the subject area could be anywhere depending on how you're watching the show. Up here, down here, over here, down here, you know, wherever it is, over here, I don't know. But the information is there, and you can see it where it says, it has the title of the show, The Coffee Hour, underneath it, today's date, and so forth and so on. And as you go down the line, you'll see we have what they call the COVID-19 test, right? There's a telephone number right next to it, which is up there, and it's going to be up there even if you're not watching the show live. And you're not, you know, watching it in real time. You may want to, you know, some people don't watch it in real time and they come back later, watch the rerun. It will still be up there in the subject area. And that number is 718-638-7682. Now that number will get you places. That will give you information. That's a local New York number, but I would assume that if you call that number, it will, you know, give you a roadmap elsewhere to where you are. Otherwise, you have local numbers in your area. Wherever you are around the world and around the country, you have local numbers. You can call those numbers, and they will give you the same information, such as questions, Q&A. You know, you have questions about COVID-19, you can get that. If you want to know where to get tested, they give you that information. If you want to know where to get vaccinated, they give you that information. It's all a matter of just submitting your zip code to them, and they can tell you right away, because you don't have to go too far these days in order to get the test or get vaccinated. And they can tell you the nearest center nearest you. Now, vaccinations are out. They're ready for you. Vaccines, I would say, are out and ready for you. We have 3 on the market right now, as you already know. We have J&J, Johnson & Johnson, which only requires 1 dose. And the other 2, you have Moderna and you have Pfizer, which requires 2 doses. So please be aware of that. Of course, you're not going to get the 2 doses in one day. Now that we got more Americans taking these vaccinations, right? I think for the most part, there are certain areas where you can go where you don't have to make appointments to get vaccinations. All you have to do is find out where you can get it, and you can call them up and they can tell you, or you could just walk right in, you know. And the same thing with getting tested. You could just walk right in. There are a lot of centers nearest you. There are stadiums that open up that give vaccinations. They have drive-thrus, things like that. And it's good to know that you can wake up and right after this show go to the nearest place, your nearest center, walk right in there and get vaccinated. Whatever's available, J&J, Moderna, or Pfizer, whatever's available, please take it. But if you're going to take the J&J, you only now have to take 1 dose. So everything looks good. We're getting better and better at this. Every day we wake up, it gets better and better. And the President of the United States are, you know, trying to coach people to get vaccinations by doing a lot of things, such as, and I remind again that YouTube is still having a problem over there. So I don't know what's happening over there. We'll find out what's happening. You can tell me if there's anything out there. But the information I'm giving to you, if you happen to be on YouTube, if you happen to see this broadcast, but I see right now they're having a problem. So we'll see what happens. But Facebook, in the subject area, you have all that information. Now, the President of the United States is saying, you know something, we are going to do everything to promote this thing, to promote getting you vaccinated. And guess what? They're giving out free stuff to get you, to rope you in there. They're giving out free things. For instance, free beer. Does anybody like free beer? They have free beer. I kid you not. I kid you not. They have they're giving out free beer in some places. They're giving out free lottery tickets. Guess what? Someone won $1 million just by getting vaccinated. Really? Did you hear about it? Someone won $1 million. $1 million because he got a free lotto ticket. $1 million just by getting vaccinated. And listen, they're giving out a lot of things. They're giving out free babysitters. Yeah, everyone wants to get away from children every now and then, you know, just for themselves. You don't want to neglect them altogether, but every now and then the parents need a break. And so they're giving out free babysitters. Who knows? Maybe free candies for the kids. I don't know. A lot of things. They're doing a lot of things. Free donuts in some places. Free donuts. I don't know if there's Dunkin' Donuts or whatever it is, but free donuts, free everything, you know. But the most important thing is not getting the freebies. The most important thing is getting vaccinated. And some people are not doing it, maybe for certain reasons, maybe for religious reasons, or maybe health reasons, whatever it is, you know. But for those of you who don't have any reason to do it, they should be a good reason for you to do it. Right? And so go to your doctor. Your doctor may have doses of vaccines, and you can go to your nearest pharmacist. And as I said, they're driving places and all over town. So you do that. And so you call those numbers. Now in New York City, you know, we're broken down to 5 boroughs, right? And we also have a 311 number that can give you anything you want to know about New York City. Places to go, people to see, theaters, nightclubs, bars, bistros, all of those places, they can give you that information where they're located. Because when people come out of town and come into New York, the tourists, they could use that same number. That number could use also to be, if you see something going wrong in the streets or something, you can call and just say, hey, you know, we've got a problem here, there's a fight going on over here, and you know, you don't call 911 for that. But you can call 311 for that. Or let's say, for instance, if there's a broken street, pothole or something, you can call them and give them the location where it is, and they'll come out and fix it, because they don't always know what's happening around town. That's why they depend on New Yorkers to do that. If you have a noisy neighbor that refuses to stop partying and stomping and acting like a... Well, you get the idea, right? You can call them to make a complaint. You know, if you're a landlord or your super or whatever, they have unwilling or unable to do anything about it, you can call them and they could take care of things like that. There's all kinds of things like that. I see more people are coming in, so thank you for being along with us. Looks like we're going to have a big problem with YouTube today. I'm sorry to hear about that. It's going to be a big problem with that. I don't think we're going to be on YouTube today. But at least we're here. At least we're here, okay? And thank you so much for being along and sharing your time with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me while I shoot up. Oh boy. Naoto just came in. Good morning. How are you, Naoto? Naoto, of course, coming out of Kobe, Japan. And it's always a delight to have him here. Naoto, when are you going to visit New York? When are you going to visit New York? we got good weather so far coming up this weekend, and Naoto, you can give us yours too if you like. But let me give you our weather forecast. We got a lot of things, but before I do that, I just want to mention the fact that we lost some people that you know or heard of in our industry today. Actor McGavin Cloud, you know actor McGavin Cloud. He was Captain Stewie of the Love Boat. He started on the Love Boat. He was a captain of the ship. And of course, he was on Mary Tyler Moore. He died this week at the age of 90. So we want to send our condolences out to him and his family and friends and colleagues who knew him and loved them. That's Captain Stewie McGavin Cloud. Also, singer B.J. Thomas, one of the great singers of the 60s. He did that song "Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head." That's the same B.J. Thomas. He passed away, and he was 78 years old, and he died from lung cancer. And of course, the famous attorney F. Lee Bailey. We found this out last night. Brian Camp came on and told me about it. I would imagine it happened just before I went on the air last night on Talkback Live and didn't catch it. But Brian caught it. F. Lee Bailey, and he was the famous lawyer. Of course, you know, he did the O.J. Simpson trial. Remember him? Well, he passed away last night. I'm not sure of what the causes were. We can find out later on. Hopefully, it'll come down the way as the show progresses. Well, anyway, more people are coming in, so there you go, guys. Thank you so much for being along with us, and happy Friday to you, and welcome to Talkback Live. We're going to give you our weather forecast. It's time to do that right now. So we've got 73 degrees. Would you believe that? It's going to be a warm one. It's going to be hot over the weekend, too. So get ready for it, and it's enjoyable. I love when the weekends come around and we get good weather. So this is New York City's weather only. This is only for New Yorkers, okay? Could be better where you are, it could be worse, I don't know, but this is only for New York City residents who lived here for many years. Anyway, it's going to be cloudy early, then thunderstorms developing this afternoon. I have a high 78 degrees. Winds will be southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We have an 80% chance of rain. It gets better, though. It gets better because tonight is going to be some clouds this evening. Will give way to mainly clear skies overnight, low near 65 degrees. Winds will be light and variable. Now, here's where we have to do a little striptease show a little bit. Not too much, but just do it legally. Tomorrow, generally sunny skies despite a few afternoon clouds. It's going to be hot, and we'll have a high around 92 degrees. Wow. You asked for it, you got it. Winds west-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday night, it's going to be mostly clear skies, low 71 degrees. Winds will be west-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Isn't that nice? Great weather. And for Sunday, continued hot weather. It's going to be mostly sunny skies and high 92 degrees. Winds will be southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wow, it's going to be a hot one. Woo! Think of all the things that you can do over the weekend. And with the virus subsiding a little bit, and you are able to do a little more things that you normally don't do. If you're in New York, it's Coney Island, and the beaches are open now, I understand. So there you go. Right now it's 73 degrees outside, and we've got hidden clouds, peekaboo sunshine right now. It comes in and out. More people are coming in, and let's see. Free beer, lotto. We said that, Naoto. We had free beer, free lotto for vaccinated people. Now, if you like free beer, I don't know where this free beer is. I don't know in your area. Find out if you want to call up. If you want beer that much, you want to call up and say, "Hey, are you serving free beer if I get vaccinated?" Find out what's free. You know. But the whole point is to get vaccinated. So yeah, Naoto, free beer. He gave me a weather forecast, as a matter of fact, in Kobe, Japan right now. It's 66 degrees, and it's cloudy tonight in Kobe, Japan. They're doing the overnight thing right now. They're going into their Saturday. And southwest winds at 4.5 miles per hour. That's how they say it, 4.5 miles per hour. So that's what's happening in Kobe, Japan. Brian just walked in the room. He's going to be here in just a few seconds with the latest developments in today's world of sports. And of course, DJ Pete on the other side of that, 20 to the hour. and he's going to give you the information on entertainment and recite all of those birthdays of people of notoriety in entertainment. So we'll see all of that, and of course you and I are together. And if you have anything to say, please feel free. It's all here for you. We do our best to please you. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, excuse me while I shoot up. We want to apologize to all of the people who look for us on YouTube. There's a problem on YouTube right now. There's a big problem on YouTube right now. I don't know what it is, but it looks like we're not going to get on YouTube today. So hopefully next week. But if you're looking for us, I don't know if you could hear us somehow. Please, come on to the Facebook side. We're on. Just go to my Facebook page. You can check it out. Okay, we're here Friday again, and it's time, 2020, and it's 20 past the hour right now. It's time for Sports with Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports. Brian, we're going to get into our 90s over the weekend here in New York.
Repeat that again, you what?
We're going to get into our 90s here in New York over the weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to be in around that range, 88, 90. Yeah, we're going to get around it, but right now it's a gloomy, overcast day so far morning. It might be like this all day, but right now presently it's like 74 degrees going up to 83, 84, and it's like very overcast. So, but it's still early. That's one thing about here. If it's going to overcast, sooner or later the sun is going to just peek out a little bit, and if it rains, it's just only a little shower. That's all it is. It's the same type of shower that you take in your bathroom, but it's gonna clear up. But good morning to all. Good morning to Naoto and everybody else that's out there. Quickly, Duke basketball coach Mike Krzyzewski, who is the winningest coach in Division I men's basketball history, has led the Blue Devils to 5 national championships in 41 seasons. Imagine being on as a coach for 41 seasons. He plans to retire after the 2021-22 season. His associate head coach John Shire, who played for Coach K back in 2006 to 2010, will be Coach K's successor. So, listening to him this morning, he was on an interview. He wanted to spend time with the grandkids, and he's still going to have a real major part in the role in Duke University. So he's not going to be going away. Football is back, the NFL, of course, but so is the USFL. The United States Football League is returning. It's returning in the spring of 2022. Nearly 40 years later, the USFL is planning to make a major comeback. They originally debuted back in 1982, and they lasted for only 3 seasons. The league launched careers such as Steve Young, Jim Kelly, Reggie White, and Herschel Walker, and many others. They had a hard salary cap, led to unstability payrolls, and contributed to the league's destruction. Eventually shutting down in 1986, the USFL voted to move from spring-fall schedule to eventually compete with the NFL, which did not go too well. Former president, number 45, used to own the New Jersey General. That was part of the football team of the USFL Football League, and he had owned them for a short while, but like I said, the league only lasted for 3 seasons. So, NBA news: the Boston Celtics announced that longtime president of basketball operations Danny Ainge is retiring. Coach Brad Stevens leaving the sideline to replace Danny Ainge as president of operations. Coach Stevens spent 8 seasons as the head coach, and Danny Ainge played 14 seasons with the Celtics, winning 2 championships, and 14 seasons as president of operations, winning 1 championship in 2008. So he will find a job. He will land on his feet. He's not going anywhere. Major League Baseball Mike Marshall became the first reliever to win the Cy Young Award winner. A reliever is somebody that comes in, usually pitch 2 or 3 innings as a relief pitcher for saves, and he's set a major league record for 106 games in a season for the LA Dodgers. He has died at the age of 78. He was given hospice care. His daughter did not give reason of death. Boxing is back, and boxing is back in a huge way. Starting tomorrow, June 5th, Evander, former heavyweight champion, Hall of Famer Evander Holyfield, and is coming out of retirement. He's been retired since 2011. Will return to the ring on June 5th in an 8-round exhibition against Kevin McBride at Marlins Park, Miami, Florida. The event will be streamed on Triller. Holyfield is 58, is hoping to secure the victory and may want to fight Mike Tyson.
Oh no, I was gonna say
epic fight.
I was gonna say, God forbid he fights Mike Tyson again.
Well, I mean, you know, if you remember that epic fight,
of course,
he bit off his ear.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's so if that comes out, we will see that. But McBride is also 47. He's best known for knocking out Mike Tyson, along to sent Mike Tyson into retirement. 5-time world champion Floyd Mayweather will return to the ring to fight YouTube sensation turned boxer Logan Paul at Rock Stadium in Miami on June 6th. You can see that on Showtime pay-per-view. This will be no judges allowed, but knockouts are allowed. Now, Logan Paul will be fighting, but his brother is going to be fighting in the upcoming months. Tentatively, it's supposed to be August 28th. Jake Paul will be fighting former UFC champion Tyrone Woodley in a boxing match late this summer, slated for, as I just said, August 28th. No sites has been determined yet. And former NBA champion and player Lamar Odom, who is famous for his marriage to former wife Khloe Kardashian. I'm pretty sure some of y'all watched the show and the Kardashians. He will step in the boxing ring to fight Aaron Carter in a 3-round celebrity boxing match at the Showboat Casino in Atlantic City. Odom has been training since he signed the deal in January. Odom is 41 and Carter is 33, and has an advantage height of being 6'10". Now, Lamar Odom has mentioned that he always trained in boxing, even during his playing days with the LA Lakers. So, a lot of boxing, a lot of celebrity boxing. How serious will it be? We don't know. But we will see what happens. This day in sports on June 4th in 1940, the first night game at Ford Field. That's the very first night game of any type of baseball. The Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Braves 14-2. Wow, a long time ago. That's just about over 80 years ago. In 1941, Nazis forbid Jews access to beaches and swimming pools. As you know, they had the Olympics back then, and you know how the Germans talked about the Jewish nation, and that also triggered into World War II. 1964, Sandy Koufax tossed his third career no-hitter. Sandy Koufax, Dodger legend. 1967, Kurt Floyd recorded 568 chances without an error and 227 straight games. So he did it for 227 straight games, but that is phenomenal. 468 straight chances without making an error. 1968 pitches, Don Drysdale threw his 6th straight shutout en route to 58 consecutive innings. That's amazing. 6 straight starting pitching starts he had through 6 straight shutouts to en route to 58 consecutive innings. So I don't know if that record has been broken, or if not, it still stands. 1974, the NFL grants franchise to the Seattle Seahawks. And in 1988, Steffi Graf, tennis great, women's, dominates at the French Open in the shortest match in women's singles history. That match only took 32 minutes. That's a half hour. That's almost watching a half-hour segment of a comedy series. 32 minutes. 6-love, 6-love. That was the final score of that game. I don't know if that would ever be broken. And in 2016 French Open, Serena Williams claims her first of many Grand Slam titles. And that's sports.
Okay. Last night you and I were talking about all of these things with going on in the NBA, all of these people and the fans with their, I don't know what their problem is, throwing ice and water bottles and popcorn at the players and things like that. It's mad. It's mad. And for the protection of all of the players, something's got to be done about it. I mean, the recent one was when the kid jumped on the court. He was at courtside. He jumped on the court for whatever reason. I don't know if he was attacking the player or just trying to be seen or something. And then he's escorted out of the arena by police and arrested.
It's a sad sight because, fans, we've been in a pandemic. Fans have not been coming to baseball stadiums or basketball or hockey arenas, and it's really sad how they are given the opportunity to come back, but this has been going on for a long time. You don't throw objects and beer bottles and water bottles at the athletes. Okay, you have a right to boo or cheer your team, even scream out, but you cross the line when you physically try to assault a person, assault an athlete. And you wonder why, to this day, why athletes are snooty where they don't want to sign autographs. This is the reason why. Because, he's supposed to be a role model, or he's supposed to be this. I paid my money to see him. Well, act like an adult. Don't act like an adolescent or a child. And, maybe these athletes will change. But when you start doing this here to physically attempt to hurt this, you can go to jail for this.
Yeah.
Somebody could get seriously hurt, and they just don't get it.
Yeah. I know if one of those athletes got a loose, like one did almost, when the guy was throwing popcorn on him, that fan would have been mush today. Because these athletes...
I tell you, I remember as a kid, I can say this now, I was only like 14, 15 years old. I was in summer camp. I was able to sneak into Shea Stadium in the summertime, but this is when the Mets wasn't at home. It was easy access to go to the center field wall, leap over it, run through the field. Not knowingly, I could got arrested and just been, put in jail. I don't think I would have been charged with any, because I was an adult then. But that's what kids do. But
yeah.
Even now, we do silly things as kids, but as adults, you should know better. Yeah. And these are grown folks.
Well, back in those days, the kids can't do what we did back in our day. The kids can't do it today because now everybody's up on an uproar. And back in the day, they would, police, if you get nabbed by the police, they would take you home to your mother or your father. Today, they're ready to draw out guns for something stupid. They're ready to draw out guns, so it's not like it was before. But yeah, I gotta understand. You snuck in a Shea Stadium, running on the field. Every kid wants to do that. That's every kid's dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Not sports related, but did you ever find out? I mentioned it about F. Lee Bailey. Did you ever find out any more about that?
No, they didn't. I didn't see anything else. I'm gonna try to do something right quick before the show's over and probably type it in to you. He did pass away yesterday, and as you know, he's a famous lawyer who did many important trials, most notably the O.J. Simpson trial.
Yeah.
So, unfortunate thing that happened.
Yeah. Didn't he?
He's no longer with us. He rest in peace.
Wasn't he one of Michael? That was one of Michael Jackson's attorneys, wasn't it?
Yeah. You're probably right.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And he unfortunately passed away, like I said. But yeah, he, you know, you got to understand, he was a celebrity kind of type of
Yeah.
lawyer.
Yeah.
And he got a lot of people off. He got a lot of people off. And,
Yeah.
you know, he lost his life. He was up there. Try to get some research and get back to you before the show's over.
Yeah, okay, good enough. I'll see you back here next week, though.
All right, take care.
Have a good weekend.
All right, bye.
That was Brian Kemp with the latest developments in today's world of sports, as he's here every week around this time, part of the 2020 feature. That was the first part of the 2020 feature. And coming up, 20 to the hour, we're looking for the arrival of DJ Pete, who'll be here with his part of the 2020 feature. Entertainment news, and of course reciting all of those birthdays of people of notoriety. Thank you for joining us. And just in case you're just joining us at this very moment, it's the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. I'm going to be with you for the next 25 minutes or so. And we're here every Friday at this time between 10 and 11 a.m. That's Eastern. Of course, that's something else to you if you're living in another time zone, but you get the idea. And we're here every week. And I want to apologize to all the people who normally watch us on YouTube. They're still having that problem over there, where the show is almost over, so it doesn't look like it's going to happen. They're still working on it, but we'll see what happens. If not, there's always next week. But we're right here on Facebook Live. And so if you wondering where we are, and if you could hear me through some kind of metal object or something, you know, because going through the airwaves, it seems like they used to say that when we broadcasters do something, it goes out in the airwaves and you can hear it through the springs in your mattress. But they don't make spring mattresses anymore. But you get the idea. And if you hear that, come on over to the Facebook side. Or just go on to my Facebook page, Frank Allan, FrankAllan. Make sure that's A-N, all right? Because a lot of people get that mixed up. Okay, so again, we apologize to all the people on YouTube. It's still going. Maybe we'll be there for the next 5 minutes later. I don't know. But we're here now, live. And I know that for a fact. I want to say hello to all of you guys who are just coming in. Thank you so much. And I'll just give you a little wave out there for bouncing in. If you have something to say, we don't mind. We'd love to hear from you. By the way, if you haven't had a chance to check out my show, Blue Cafe, it's my podcast, Blue Cafe. You can go there easily. All you have to do is go up there into the section up there, over here, you know, Facebook, you know the whole routine, right? And at the very bottom, where it says the Blue Cafe, and underneath that, or alongside it, it has the direct link. You can go there and you can pop it on. You go directly right there. Don't do it now. Do it after the show. Go right there and check out some of the past interviews that I did. The last one I did was with Bobby Rydell, one of the legends and teen idols of the 60s. Of course, if you don't know Bobby Rydell, he's also famous for that movie Bye Bye Birdie he did with Anne Margaret back in 1962. And we had a good time doing that. We also did one with Jimmy Clanton, who was the teenage idol of the 50s. And we did one with him. And it's all the shows are our shows. So, you know, and we play their music on there too. So you get a chance to see that. Also, Bobby Wilson, the son of Jackie Wilson. And we did one with him. We are slow with getting more interviews on the air. The last one was Bobby Rydell. We did that in April. So it's high time that we get more out there. But you get the idea. Stay in touch on that website. Of course, I will be posting all of the information that I get when I'm getting ready to do another interview. And of course, announcing it on this show as well. And of course, on Talkback Live, letting you know that another one is coming up. And we hope that we'll get one soon. And we'll try to be as consistent as possible, you know, for that, okay? Okay, thank you so much for being with us here on Talkback Live, on the Coffee Hour. I do 2 shows. I do Talkback Live and the Coffee Hour, but this is the Talkback Live, coming to you every Friday between 10 and 11. And of course, thank you so much for being along with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, excuse me while I shoot up. Delicious. Later on in the program, I've got my picks of the movies on TCM coming up. and just a couple of them, but I think you're going to like them. We have that coming up for you. That's later on in the program, and that'll be right here. But right now, I want to go over to Portland, Maine, as promised. Portland, Maine, where there he is, right there, Mr. DJ Pete. And of course, DJ Pete, thank you so much for being along with us on this Friday morning. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good, Frank. Good morning to you and Brian and everybody else tuning in today. Just wanted to do the weather quick up here. In Portland, it's mostly cloudy, high 75, lows 57. And a little bit of rain this evening, maybe here and there. What do we got going on here? I only got a handful of people this week, famous people. So we're going to start with someone, Donald Eugene Lytle, Lytle, born May 31st, 1938. His stage name, Johnny Paycheck. He was an American country singer, songwriter, and instrumentalist. Member of the Grand Ole Opry, and he's famous for his tune, Take This Job and Shove It.
I love it.
and that song, it was written by David Allan Coe, but it inspired a movie back then that they did about that. Johnny Paycheck was, like I said, an American country music singer, somewhat part of the country music's outlaw movement, which means, let's see, in Johnny Paycheck's words, it's an outlaw is a man that did things his own way. Whether you liked him or not, he did things his own way. Along with other people like Hank Williams Jr., Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard, and a few others. Happy birthday to Johnny Paycheck. Also born this week, June 2nd, 1941, Charles Robert Watts. Charlie Watts, we know him as English drummer, member of the Rolling Stones since 1963. He joined the group in that year. He was playing in rhythm and blues clubs in England, and was also designing their record sleeves and tour stages for them. He also has done, he has a jazz quintet named after him, that he appears in every once in a while. I'm not sure if he's still doing it now, but Charlie Watts, great drummer. His big influence was jazz, actually, which really helped out the Rolling Stones in a lot of their early recordings. Also born this week, June 2nd, 1936, in Cincinnati, Ohio, Otis Williams of the Charms, a doo-wop group. Not to be confused with Otis Williams of the Temptations.
Yeah.
Two different people there.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we have? We got one more person this week, born May 30th, 1909, Benny Goodman, American jazz clarinetist, band leader, known as the King of Swing. He had, besides his big band he had a trio, a quartet, which also featured Lionel Hampton, and also a sextet, also various times. And Benny Goodman was the catalyst for the swing era. July 31st, 1935, King Porter's Stomp was released, and it was a tune that got the young dancers dancing a lot. And what else does he have famous? He was in a few movies. He did a major concert at Carnegie Hall in New York City in 1937. 1938. And to this day, it's known as the most significant concert in jazz history. There. What else? That's about it. Benny Goodman. That's all I got this week.
Wow. Benny Goodman. I had the pleasure of actually seeing Benny Goodman when I was a boy. and I don't know what year you were born. You don't have to tell me, but this was like, I think it was somewhere in 1964, somewhere in there. And we had a place in New York in the Bronx called Freedom Land. It was an amusement park where families could go, and they had all kinds of rides and everything. And they had this band shell. And as we were walking through Freedom Land, we heard this music, this swing music, and at that age, I was only like maybe about 14, 15 years old. And at that age, I said, I love that big band music. And wouldn't you know it, from the far I heard the big band music, and we walked up to the band shell, and it was Benny Goodman, and they had, and it was a free concert. Just walk right in there.
Yeah.
And I had a front row seat. Me and my family, we had a front row seat. So I could say I saw Benny Goodman right up front, person, right
Lucky
there.
You.
Benny Goodman.
Lucky you. I wish I was there.
Actress Angela.
Yeah, that's about it. I just posted my radio show stuff in the chat room here, and people can catch me whenever. I'm on. Follow me on Facebook to find out when I'm going to be on the air also.
Okay. First of all, before you go, I got a few of my own. Actually, actress Angela Jolie. Everybody know you're not too.
Oh, yeah.
You know her. She's 46 today, and actor Noah Weil is 50. NFL. I don't know if Brian knows this. He didn't mention it, but former NFL wide receiver Ronnie Harris is 51 today. R&B singer Al B. Sure is 53. Former Major League Baseball catcher Rick Wilkins is 54. Former NBA player Tim Perry is 56. Former NFL player Jim Lachey is 58. El DeBarge of the group DeBarge, the family, he's 60 today. Michelle Phillips of the Mamas and the Papas, she's an actress now. She's 77. The late country and Latin singer Freddie Fender would have been 84. Let's see, American jazz composer and arranger Oliver Nelson would have been 89 today. The legendary John Barrymore, actor John Barrymore, 89, and that's the father of Drew Barrymore. Now, guess how Drew got her name?
How?
John Barrymore's middle name is Drew.
There it is.
Yeah. So there you go. Also, we have a jazz artist, the late jazz artist and actress. She played on The Godfather too. Morgana King, she would have been 91. Dr. Ruth Westmeyer is 93. What a wonderful lady she is. And she has so much energy for her age. The late Dennis Weaver, actor Dennis Weaver, would have been 97. Robert Morrow with the deep baritone voice, he would have been 104 today. And the legendary Rosalind Russell, actress Rosalind Russell, would have been 114 today. So there you go.
There it is.
All of those birthdays, yeah. Well, anyway, I know you want to get set and go on your weekend and forget about everything else, so I'm going to let you go. But thank you so much for being along with us. Are you going to be back here next week? No.
Let me check my calendar here.
Okay.
Don't think so.
You don't think so?
But it looks like maybe in 2 weeks, the 18th, 25th, I'll be back.
But we could always depend on you forwarding your information anyway.
Definitely. So, yeah, I dropped my radio show stuff in the chat room here. Please check me out when you get a chance. And check out Frank's Thursday night radio video show now.
Yeah.
on Facebook Live. And, big shout out to everybody out there. Be safe when you're going on vacation, especially driving here in New England.
Oh, boy.
Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine, and Vermont has a lot of great places that people love to go to. So just be careful on the roads, because the roads aren't set up for thousands and thousands of cars to jam through there. So I've seen traffic jams from Maine into Massachusetts over these weekends. So just be careful out there.
All right. So you enjoy your weekend. Have a good time. Do it safely, though.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Take care, Frank.
Take care. Okay, right, that was my good buddy, DJ Pete. Ending up his portion of the 2020 feature. As you know, Brian does a 20 after with sports, and of course we just wrapped up with DJ Pete. And DJ Pete does have a radio show. He said he posted up there, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway. You can catch him on www.radio airwave.co.uk. You can catch him Mondays at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Thursdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Also, you can catch him on www.wmpg.org. That's WMPG Radio if you're in Portland, Maine, but that's the website too, just in case you can't reach him in Portland, Maine. And that's every other Tuesday between 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. and all times are Eastern. So there you go, DJ Pete with his radio show. Enjoy it. I miss radio. I really do. I really do. I thought about, this morning when I woke up, I said, should I or should I not? No, I'm going to stay on the safe side and stay out of it. I did my time. I'm going to leave it to the younger guys now. Thank you. If you're just joining us, of course, the name of the show is called Talk Back, the Coffee Hour. There we go, Talk Back Live, talking back. I don't know. It's the Coffee Hour. We're here every Thursday, and I want to apologize to all of my friends who watch us on YouTube because YouTube is still buffering and it's still not getting us anywhere. So we're not broadcasting on, but we are here on Facebook. The funny thing about it, though. The funny thing about it is that my studio monitor, I have two studio monitors, one for Facebook and one for YouTube. YouTube, of course, we're not there. Facebook, my monitor for Facebook went out blank, but we're still on the air. I can see it. We're still on the air because I'm watching in program mode, and so we're still on the air. But I don't know. There must be gremlins today. Gremlins are coming out. I don't know. Okay, Brian just gave me information about F.D. Bailey. He died at the age of 87 years old in hospice care. He was in hospice care, so he must have been sick for a pretty long time. And his son confirmed the cause of death. It's not known. The death is not known, but he was in hospice care, and he was 87 years old. Thanks a lot for that, Brian. And of course, we have whatever information comes our way, we also are able to give it to you, and that's it. Right now his condition is unknown, but if anybody else out there knows better or just got the dope on it, pass it along to us. We will put it out there to you. Okay, again, you're just joining us. It's the Coffee Hour, and right now it's 7.5 minutes to the hour. 7.5 minutes to the hour right now. And we're going to be here for the next 7.5 minutes, of course, obviously. And we're going to take care of all of our business here. I want to say hello to all of you guys out there. Thank you so much for being along with us and giving us your time, as we're always here every Friday between 10 and 11 a.m. And thank you so much for that. And again, excuse me while I shoot up. Okay, weekends are coming up. When I get off the air here, that's when the weekend starts. It starts right there, right at that moment. And of course, there's so many things to do. I already told you my weather. We got a pretty good string of weather days here in New York. And it's going to be hot. And Portland, Maine is looking good out there. And Kobe, Japan. And Charlotte, North Carolina. Everything is looking good right now. I hope it's good wherever you are. If not, there are so many things to do. For instance, I have my picks of movies that are coming up this weekend. I think you're going to like, all on TCM, because I love those Turner Classic movies. I love them. And there's nothing like black and white movies to sit back, relax, pop some popcorn, or knock out a couple of brewskis or whatnot, and just relax this weekend if you can't go out. Coming up, I have two movies that contains actor Sidney Poitier. The first one is Lilies of the Field. Lilies of the Field was done back in 1963. That was Sidney Poitier along with Ruby Dee, and that comes on Turner Classic Movies. That comes on Sunday at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Sunday, 4 p.m. I couldn't think of a better way to spend a Sunday afternoon by watching classic movies. So you got Lilies of the Field 1963, Turner Classic Movies. That's coming on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Everything is Eastern. I'm telling you about Eastern. Something else in your area. Okay. Also, Sidney Poitier stars in this movie along with Paul Newman and Joanne Woodworth and Diane Carroll and Louis Armstrong. Paris Blues back in 1961. A wonderful black and white movie. Turner Classic Movies, of course, it comes on Sunday as well. You can catch it out that night at 10:15 p.m. Eastern, right there on Turner Classic Movies. Lilies of the Field and Paris Blues. I love Paris Blues. I think the showstopper, if you watch Paris Blues, if you've never seen it before, watch it. It's a great kind of a musical love kind of a thing, and it's great. Louis Armstrong. I think the showstopper in that movie is when they did Louis Armstrong marches into the club that Paul Newman and Sidney Poitier always played there, which was owned by Paul Newman's girlfriend or whatever, and they brought the big band with them, and they were playing that wonderful tune Battle Royale, which was composed by Duke Ellington. But you have to watch it. I'm not going to tell you any more about it, but it was a great movie, and I think you're going to like it. Again, Lily of the Field Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and Paris Blues Sunday 10:15 p.m. Eastern, right there on Turner Classic Movies. And so that's it. It's now 4 minutes to the hour, right here on the Coffee Hour. And boy, we've had a great day here. Time goes fast when you're really having a lot of fun. Brian and I were talking about how these people, these angry people, they go on and try to attack all of the NBA players, all the baseball players and football players, and all of these people are being attacked, and for whatever reason, just because you don't like the team that, or maybe the team that you like, are losing to the team that you don't like, and you lose a little, you get out of control. There's no reason. There's no need for that. There's no need to that. You know, it's, like Brian said, it's all right, good to go out there and boo, because that's what fans do. You have that right. You boo, you cheer, but you don't throw bottles, and you don't. And this has been going on for a long time. I remember they used to throw bottles at the baseball players in the stadium. Can you imagine that field, out in that field, even in the on the basketball arenas? You got grandstands. You got those. Can you imagine a large bottle coming down directly from the grandstand and hitting one of those players? I haven't heard anything like that yet. But can you imagine that happening? Or maybe some crazed fan threw a chair out there or something right out on the field. You know, it's not safe for the players, and there's got to be something done about that. And I don't know why, you know, and you can't screen all fans to find out if they're mentally ill or not. I don't know. You don't know that. You just hope that when they come in, they just come in to enjoy themselves. That's what I used to go to the games for, to enjoy myself. And if I could interact with a player, I wave or something like that, or something, you know, because a kid loves that. You know, when a player, you can wave back or something like that. And like Brian said, that's probably one of the reasons why a lot of these players, these athletes, don't give out autographs anymore. They want to keep the distance. And so you really can't blame them for that. You really can't blame them. And so, you know, guys, when you go out to the arenas, please, you know, be mindful of what you're there for. All right, just to have a good time and nothing more. All right, we've got so many troubling things happening. In Chinatown here in New York, we had some crazed guy walk by this Asian, 55-year-old Asian woman and sucker punched her out in the street in Chinatown. The good news is that they nabbed him, the police got him, arrested him, you know. But, you know, when you get people to foster all of this hate, and people actually believe what that person say, then they go out and do harm to these other people, you know. And you don't have to be Asian to be attacked. You could be black, you could be white, you could be Latino, or whatever, you know. And people are being more cautious and careful and more mindful about where they are out in the street. I know I do. So I don't know. Okay, listen. I'd like to go on with that, but maybe I'll talk more about it, as time goes on in the next week. But I got to go right now. But don't forget to check out my podcast, The Blue Cafe. You can go there. It's up there, right there, Blue Cafe. Go directly to the link and check out all 3 interviews there. We have our show Talk Back Live that comes on every week, every Thursday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. You can check that out. Other than that, I will be back here next week at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the coffee hour, and we'll have more fun with Brian Camp and DJ Pete with the 2020 feature. Until then, you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and please be mindful of the surroundings and please be kind to others. All right. Until then, have yourself a great weekend, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.